What is all this, you're asking? Well, let me tell you guys, I'm excited. This is the all new Landzie manual core aerator in the dual. I got the dual tines on this one and I'm really excited. I've been kind of eyeing this for a minute, following some other pages, and I've really liked the idea of having your own kind of aerator yourself instead of renting a machine and filling up with gas, whatever the case may be. And this is ideal size for what my yard would be. I ended up getting the dual tine because in the directions it says that, or not the directions, but on their website it says that they have a single version right here, just along in the middle. They have a single version of this for small, lightweight kind of yards with kind of like your cool season grasses. And then they have the dual for heavy compacted clay soils, bigger yards. I don't really have necessarily a big yard, but I mainly got it for the sake of the clay soil is mainly why I got the dual. And so I'm gonna put this together, guys. I'm really excited. Um, it was my own purchase. I didn't, like I mean, in all my videos, I'm not sponsored by anybody, and like I was saying right now, I've been kind of eyeing this. I think there was another version, Amic, I think it was called, and for about the same price and not having so much of a wait time. I think I said in the last video, or not the last video, in his last video that he posted, you can wait for these for a year, and I'm not waiting a year spending however much money it is. So got an email saying that these guys made this in a brand new um, release for them, and I was like, yes. It's like, I mean, I'm not at the sake of mercy of the weather. Whenever it's a nice, in the beginning of the season, it's a nice good hard rain, which we just had. I literally got 4 inches yesterday, and the ground is really saturated. I can come out here today and manual aerate this thing without going and spending, $150 rental, having to go there, having to put gas in it and return it in a timely manner of 4 hours or the day or whatever it is. I can bring this out, put it together, and do it myself. Love it, guys. This thing's gonna pay itself off within the first year easily. So yeah, I'm gonna get off the ground here. It does say in the directions to lay it out on the ground. That's why I'm here. But I'm gonna put it inside, and that way I can give you guys a better demonstration on how to put this together. So why don't we go ahead and go inside into the garage and let's put this together. All right, first step, you're gonna lay it all out. You're gonna lay your handle out. We're gonna assemble the handle first. You have your handle part, obviously. Then you have your middle bracket. And then you have your lower bracket that will attach to the core aerator. Now, it was nicely packaged. I already looked at it and inspected everything, make sure it wasn't damaged. The only thing I had, which is kind of a bummer, is that there is kind of a, I don't know if you guys can see that here. There is kind of a little nick right there, probably from the aerator slamming on it, but it's not that big of a deal. It's not heavily bent, which is okay, so we should be okay. Other than that, it seems like a great heavy duty piece. I love the manual aerator. I used that off camera in my previous video. Go check that video out for all the core aeration that we did earlier in the year around the house and everything, to make sure to really get in there. And that's what I think this is going to do. It's going to really get those crevices that the heavy duty ones can't hit. So that's why I bought that in the long run. So now with that, that could be, just for its use of spot treating, which would be fine. But we'll get into that, in another time. let's go ahead and get this going, guys. So what you're going to do first is you're going to get, now in the pack, it came with a nice pack of screws. I believe these are going to be for your tines. It comes with washers and nuts and everything, so that'll be for that. It even comes with its own Allen key, which was cool. So I'm going to save that, put that over here. Now you're going to grab your big bolts along with your lock nuts and your washer. Grab a washer, and you are going to need, it's kind of odd. You will need a 14 millimeter size for your bolt part, and then you will need a 13 millimeter for the nut part. Now, you know, you can, if you, it is kind of a tight fit. I don't think you can get a socket wrench in there, but if you can, you know, those are your sizes right there. So let's go ahead and put this together. We're gonna do the, oh, I got it backwards. This square part, right? You have your square part, and then you have your open part. The square part will go into the handle like so, and then the open part will fit your lower part right here, just like that. Then let's go ahead and screw it all together. All right, we got the top handle part attached to the middle part. Now let's go ahead and attach the middle to the lower. Let's go ahead and get that going. Make sure you always add your washer. Now they did give you an extra set of the bolt washer and lock nut. So maybe it's an extra just in case. I don't know. But they did send you an extra one. Maybe it's further along in the directions. I don't know. But let's just keep going, guys. Make sure to tighten it all down. And I don't think you guys are going to be able to get a socket wrench in there, because once you actually kind of tighten it and torque it down, it's pretty tight. And I don't think you're going to be able to get it in there. So those are your numbers, guys. Just get it all tightened in. All right, let's get this last step. All right, guys, we got the handle all hooked up. Now I did, on the lower part here, you can use a socket wrench. That is nice. But on this part, it is very tight. Here, let me show you. You will need a 1/2 size socket wrench, and you can easily get it going. So for like this, see how on this side, here, let me see how on this side you have a big gap. You have a lot of space. But over on this side, it is very tight to really try and get it in there. So you can use one, guys. That is a good part about this lower part here. So, but this is our handle. Looks fairly straight. I mean, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and move on to the next step. All right, last step. We're just going to attach the actual tine drum kit, whatever you want to call this. I forgot what they called it in the directions. When they shipped it, for the lower part here, they put the guide shaft, whatever you want to call this, in the piece already. So you want to remove that. Take your, I just removed one side with your collared pin. They call it a hairpin, but whatever. And then you're just going to slip it. Oh man, that's tight. I was trying to see what side I wanted to mount it on. This thing is heavy, guys. Oh. All right, so they call this the aeration mount. So, and the aeration plate. So this aeration mount here, I see that why it's such a tight fit is that during the machining, when they drill the hole for your hairpin here, it's kind of protruding a little bit out, so it's kind of a stiff little piece to get through. Maybe over time when I bring it in and out, it'll wear out and be flush or whatever. You can get a little grinder and grind it if you want it, if you have that problem. But it's okay. It's not that big. I just got a rubber mallet and kind of tapped it. Dang it! I just filmed a great montage of me putting these tines on, and I didn't record it. I thought I did on my watch, but I guess it didn't record, which sucks. So what I was mentioning, guys, is that actually I look back again, and this is actually the plate mount piece. So that's a plate mount, aeration plate. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I put these tines on because I tried putting the handle on the table like just the way this is, and I really don't want to try and maybe take a chance of bending it and breaking it because it was kind of stiff of a connection to lift this up and put that on there, and then and try and put the plate mount in and pin it all together. So I think what I'm going to try and do, guys, is I put 3 tines on. I'm going to drop it into the ground over there, and then have it vertical because I think it's a lot easier to have it vertical. I tried doing it vertical with no tines on, and just had this little these little brackets trying to hold it, and it doesn't work. So you kind of need to put it on vertical, in my opinion, to make it easier for you. So I put 3 tines on. I'm going to drop it into the ground, and then connect it all together, and then hook up the rest of the tines, and then I think we should give it a little demonstration. What do you guys think? I'm just going to do that small little section over there. That way I don't have much to clean up. The ground is very saturated, so it should be fairly easy. And then that way I don't have that much to clean up. I already aerated earlier in the year, so I don't know if I'll do it again. I might, now that I have my own machine. I might. I don't know. Let's. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment below and tell me if I should do it again. I know you can do it twice, sometimes even three times a year, because I do have heavily compacted soil. So we'll see, guys. I don't know. Leave me a comment. Tell me if I should do it again or not. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get this finished up. I got my tines on. I'm gonna hook up the handle, hook up the rest of the tines, and then we'll give it a little demonstration. I'll tell you what I think. So I'll catch you guys in the lawn. Man, did you guys see how easy that was? That's what I'm saying, man. This ground is really saturated. So now it's time to hook it all up. So I forgot my rubber mallet. Give me a second, guys. All right, so yeah, I just wanted to make sure. So you're gonna put the bracket first, then your plate mount, and then your washer will go on the outside right here. And then you'll take your hairpin and lock it into place. Just make sure it's protruding on both sides. All right. Let's start putting some tines on. There we go, guys. Got all the tines. I'm gonna clean this up and let's go ahead and give this thing a test drive. All right, guys, moment of truth. Let's see how this thing works. I'm excited, honestly. Thing looks freaking amazing. Now, I'm just giving it a head start. Now, this ain't nothing that I'm starting. So you see how easy it was. Look at that, just goes right in with these. Whoa. Dang, that's already just one pass. Look at that, guys. We got cores. Look at that, just one little row. Now let's see. See how when I put it in reverse. Put it in reverse, Terry! And from what I see, guys, putting it and just doing that, you're gonna have to kind of get it going. I guess the good thing is that you can just swivel it like this. There you have it, guys. The all-new Landzie manual aerator in the dual, or duo, I think they call it. Honestly, guys, I dig it.
Can you dig it?
The manual aerator gives you a workout. This thing gives you a workout. So, I mean, either way, what do you do, you know? So, but as far as what it is, I think it's a great little tool. You know, I really think you're gonna have to saturate the ground pretty good, because once you drop it into the ground and then you start going, you can hear it start digging and going into the ground. But then there are certain spots to where I felt like it really wasn't going into the ground, so I kind of had to restart it and drop it. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and see what it did. Let's go ahead and see what the cores look like, how it dug up the ground and punch holes into the ground, and maybe show you what I was talking about. So I just did this little strip, you know, nothing too crazy. I already aerated today, or not today. Yes, I did actually. I aerated today, but I already aerated this year. So I just want to give it a little test, you know. As you can see, guys, look at these. Look at all that. Can you see that? That's pretty good. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is just, you know, that's what I mean. Just straight up clay. Here's a good one. This one's a nice little soil. You know, it's looking pretty good, you know, as far as the season goes. Now let me show you what I mean by I was kind of not digging into the ground as hard as some of those big cores are pulling. So let me go ahead and show you. So in the tracks you can see nice good holes, nice good size, but then kind of right in here you can't really necessarily see any of them. You know, like, you know, here, you know, these two holes right here. Here's one. Here's another one that, you know, this is a track that it was going. You can see the way it's designed. And then there's, you know, there's really, yeah, it's only going into, you know, to maybe about the first indent right there. So not even an inch. But when you come over to this side, you know, can you guys see that? I'm all the way to my knuckle. So it's really going into the ground. So that's my review, guys. I will definitely highly recommend this if you are looking for a manual core aerator. I am myself, just because, like I mentioned, you know, out here in Texas, it's fairly hard to gauge when it's not going to rain, because even if it does rain, um, or I'm sorry, even if it doesn't rain, it will still rain. So it's like, what do you do? So like yesterday when I got literally 4.5 inches of rain, I could just pull this out the next day, like today, and get this going. And with it really saturated, it really did a good job in my opinion, as far as getting down in there. It is very heavy, like I mentioned. I think it's 50 pounds, 48 pounds, whatever they mentioned in the brochure online. Um, Very nice design, guys. I recommend getting the dual. It will save you half the time. Um, the single one, if you know, you get whatever you guys need. If you feel like you need that, go ahead. You know, like it says online, um, it does mention that it is for cool season grasses and smaller yards. I mean, I do have a small yard myself. It's only about 2,500 square foot, the actual, you know, the actual lawn size, but this will get done in double the time. You know, more is better in my opinion. Even if you have cool season grasses, that's just my opinion, guys. Get whatever you want. But thank you as always for tuning in. I love the support. Always like, subscribe, comment, ring that bell, share, all the above. I'm always here to provide you good content. Um, yeah, guys, that's my review. I'm gonna give you a quick update here in a minute. Dang freaking bugs. um, but highly recommend this product. Link in the description below. Like I said, I'm not sponsored, so I do like their products. That leveling rake I had was real nice. I do have some other, you know, I want to get a plugger, and like in that corner right here, like I mentioned before, where the rain builds up, I'm gonna try plugging and pull some cores, some big cores, and maybe get some grass going in there. But we'll see. That's, you know, that's farther down the road. But it looks like it's gonna rain. So can you guys see all that? It looks like it's gonna rain here. It's supposed to rain. That's kind of why I'm out here kind of early to make this and get this going while I have my day off today. It is the holiday today, so that's my review, guys. I appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next video.
Bare basic lawns where the green grass grows, East Texas skies and a gentle breeze blows.